So, how it started? Oh, she identified as Success? No! Oh my God, no! It's wrong, no! That is what is happening. That is the noise. Let me show you.
It's funny too that you keep saying Meghan Markle. You know I'm Sussex now. You have
Meghan Markle has adopted the Success name as her last name. Why? In the video, she says she literally wants to have the same last name as her two kids plus the husband. Is she correct? Is she wrong? That's the question. And there's so much hullabaloo about it. What's in a name? Why is it that it's okay for someone else? When you're married, you take your husband's last name. Why isn't it okay for Meghan Markle to take her husband's name? Because what? She's royalty? Because she's married to Prince Harry? Because she's married to the son of Britain, who is royalty? Is that the reason why you're making all this noise? Or is it because you don't want her to identify with the royal family? The reality of the fact is, she is married to a royalty. Yes, Prince Harry is the son of Prince Charles, who is King Charles right now. And he is royalty, and it's by blood until the end of his life is by blood. So no matter how you put it, no matter how much you hate it, no matter how much you try to cross your P's and Q's and everything, at the end of the day, she is royalty because she's married to a prince who is the son of the king. It can never change, no matter whether they are working within the royalty or the outside royalty. At the end of the day, they are royalty. It's by blood. You can never change that. So let's go with what people are saying. Yes, following the elevation of their parents, Prince William and Kate Middleton, to the titles of Prince and Princess of Wales, their children, Prince George and Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis, adopted the surname Wales. This change reflects their parents' new titles and align with royal naming convention. Historically, royal children's surnames have corresponded with their parents' title. For instance, before King Charles III's ascension to the throne, William and Kate held the title of Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, leading their children to use Cambridge as their surname. With the transition to Prince and Princess of Wales, their children's surname accordingly became Wales. The change was officially noted during Queen Elizabeth's funeral, Queen Elizabeth's II funeral in September 22nd, where Prince George and Princess Charlotte were referred to as George Wales and Charlotte Wales in the order of service. Additionally, at their school, Lambrook, the young royals are now known by their full names: George Wales, Charlotte Wales, and Louis Wales. It's important to note that while members of the British royal family typically do not use surname, they may adopt territorial designations such as Wales in contexts where surname is required. This practice ensure consistency with their familial titles and public identities. Okay, guys, you hear me? Let's stay with me. All right. You need to learn to use your own brains before hating and lying and coming across as dumb. Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, Meghan Markle, Duchess of Sussex, Prince Archie of Sussex, and Prince Lilibet of Sussex. It's tradition to adopt the title as surname. She said it's Sussex, so it's Sussex. They cry and gnash their two teeth all they want, but it won't change a thing. Right? They're just hating trash. Don't want Meghan Markle, now Sussex, the woman of color, to have a title, but it's okay for the other white spouses to have and use. Their psychopaths' hate is rooted in racism. Nobody complains about Whiskers and Kitty and the kids going from the last name Cambridge to Wales. Right. But they sure as hell do complain about Prince Harry and his family when they decide to do the same thing, as is also their right. So, that is a good question. When you ask the haters, they say they don't care. Why do they comment about this, to be honest? I mean, why do people comment about this? I mean, it's tradition. Other royals have done it. So, of course, for Meghan Markle to say, right now, I identify myself as Meghan Success, it's just normal. So, why is this hullabaloo? What is this hullabaloo about? I don't get it. Why? Unless you don't want this woman, to do anything, you just want her to stay inside a cocoon, not to do anything, not to say anything, just inside a cocoon, not to be seen, not to be heard. Because no matter what she does, no matter what she says, no matter what she do, people always have something to say about her. Hey, my God, Meghan, how do you manage? How do you manage to have this positive image about yourself, this positive aura about yourself, and you're surrounded with this hate from the British media that they really want to tarnish your name? I just don't get it. Okay, let's continue with the names, with the comments. I knew they had already adopted the surname last year, so why the fuss now? Because they told Mindy to call her that, and people lost their people lost their okay, you get the point. She didn't adopt it. It's her married name, and she reminded people of that. What do people think her legal married name and title are? Meghan Markle, she's also legally Princess of the United Kingdom, because Harry is a prince. Legal married name on Archie's birth certificate, which is here. You can see Archie's birth certificate. Father, of course, is Henry Charles Albert David, Duke of Sussex. Mother, of course, is Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Sussex, and of course she's an American, and of course Princess of the United Kingdom, as indicated by Archie's birth certificate. So yes, her legal name is Sussex, and yes, she is the Princess of United Kingdom as a result of marrying Prince Harry, who is the son of King Charles. That is the reality, and nothing's gonna change that. So if Meghan identifies herself as Meghan Sussex, that's her name. It's legally her name. Yes, and I say go for it, Meghan. Don't listen to what people are saying. Don't listen to these haters, because hate is gonna hate. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, hate is gonna hate. So you do you, girl. You do you, and continue being positive, spreading love, and being joy to the whole world. Let me continue this comment. I'm gonna do like 5 more comments, and then I'm gonna end this video. Okay. All right. So she didn't really adopt the name. It's her legal name, which is true. All right. Their surname, when they use one, is legal, Montalban Windsor. The house they are from, aka the family, is Windsor. Plus, the Sussex is less of a mouthful, especially when kids go to school, which is true. Let's stop. Her maiden name to her name, I dislike that surname. Okay, someone say I dislike that surname. That is Markle, because of what the father did to Meghan when, of course, she was about to marry Prince Harry, and all the which resulted to all this negative. All the negative news she got after as a result of that. So yeah, it's a long story, which I'm gonna carry on with this Meghan series as you continue watching my videos. Okay, keep it here, because I told you I love this woman. Let me not lie, I love this woman. So I'm gonna shout my head out this time around. I'm gonna say, you know what, I've been quiet, I've been observing on the sideline. I'm like, I don't want to say her name loudly, because on Twitter, don't get me wrong, on Twitter, on this X platform, I'm always shouting about her. I always retweet about her. I always support her. Don't get me wrong. But when it came to my channel, I was wondering, okay, do I do that? Because I'm mostly concentrating on lifestyle. That is about my village lifestyle. Of course, when I go to Nairobi, I showcase about life. And of course, I also do a bit of talking. So I'm like, you know what? I want to talk about that, because that is something which really, I look up to her. Let me not lie, I look up to her. I mean, she inspires me a lot. This is something I want to do. So subscribe to my channel, because you're going to see a lot of changes this year. Let me not lie, a lot of changes. All right, another comment say, yeah, and yet they are using their titles as their surname, Montalban Windsor. Even their children's surname are those titles. All right, yes, the royal family concurs. The queen descendants, other than those with the style of Royal Highness and title of prince and princess, or female descendants who marry, will carry the name of Mountbatten Windsor, not other than. All right, then Catherine, does Catherine call herself Catherine Wells? And by the way, the title of success. All right, so people usually compare themselves. When you talk about success, they only compare about the Wells family, to get ideas. But the problem is, for a long time, when we look at all these things that has been happening, there's always double standard. When it comes to the Wells, they're given different treatment. When it comes to the success, they're given another treatment. So whatever the worlds are doing, they'll be praised and say, oh, it's positive, it's good and everything. But if the success do the same thing, they are going to criticize it and say negatively. Okay, so for example, before Prince Harry married Meghan, Prince William and Catherine, they never used to hold hands in public. Now, the public display of affection, they never used to do that. But when Prince Harry and Meghan got married and they had this public display of affection, holding hands, you can see literally how much they in love, working together, and you're like, woo, I just want that kind of love, And the British media are like, oh no, that is a no protocol. It's against the protocol. Oh no. So when Meghan and Prince Harry left and they went back to America, all of a sudden we see the worlds, that is Catherine and Prince William, all of a sudden trying to hold hands, trying to do that public affection, the way like Prince Harry and Meghan did. But somehow it's a bit, there's something missing, The thing is, there's some things you can try to copy, but if it's not authentic, there's always that awkwardness. And unfortunately for them, because they've been married for over 20 years, they've never had that kind of relationship where, they have this public display of affection. They never had that. It's only after Meghan came into the picture, now you are trying to see the world's trying to do all the things that Prince Harry and Meghan used to do, which they used to say it's against the protocol. Now they're trying to copy that. But unfortunately, it doesn't look authentic. Why? Because it's not original. It's not original. Let me use that one. It's not original. You're not being original. You're not being authentic. That is the problem. And then if you're trying to force things, usually it doesn't come out well. Anyway, let's proceed with the comments. It's because hatred and ignorance has consumed them. That is the British. You're talking about the derangers, all right? The negative British media, and of course the derangers, that is the women who, and most of them are, okay, they're men, but majority are women, they're just behind the keyboards and they're posting all these negative comments about Meghan's success, all right? So yeah, she says because hatred and ignorance has consumed them. Simply visit the library or internet search will have explained why they changed names. Let them explain why the prince has had Wells as their last name as grown-up adults in the military. All right. So there's so many comments about it, but let me leave with one last comment. All right. The last name is okay, it's true. The officially last name for the royal family is known as Windsor or Mountbatten Windsor, formerly Battenberg until World War I, where they changed it to now sound more English because the original name was sounding more German. So they dropped that German surname as soon as possible. The royal family is German. I'm sure Meg is not aware. They're likely honor is Harry from a dim branch too, so that strikes. I don't think Meghan is not aware. I think she is aware because that lady Meghan is very sharp. I mean, she's educated. She's a multi-million dollar woman. No, she's had achievements before she got married to Prince Harry. So if you say she doesn't know of the royal family tree, I'm 100% sure. I'm sure she knows. I'm sure she's done her research because every time she does something, she always makes sure she has done her research, and by the time she speaks, she knows what she's talking about. All right, so this is basically, if you can find all this information. People are commenting and saying much more about this. I'm on Twitter, by the way. I'm on Twitter. I'm reading comments on Twitter. All right, so for me, I'm gonna do more series about Meghan, so stay tuned, watch this space. Drop your comments. I'd love to hear from you guys. What's in the name? I mean, what is the name? I mean, what is it about Meghan that she's not allowed to have the success name? But if you got married to your husband, you can officially take your husband's last name. Why? Why the double standard? Why? Because what? He's royalty. Does it mean when you're royalty, the wife is not allowed to check the last name of the husband? I think that is double standard you apply. Because if I look at Prince Philip's wife, she's taken the husband name. Yes. If you look at Catherine has taken the husband name. If you look at what's her name, Princess British, they've already taken the husband name. I mean, come on, stop the hating. Stop the hating. Yeah, stop the hating. Come on, do better. Do better. Yeah, stop the hating. Yeah, do your research. Let Meghan do Meghan. Let her enjoy her joyful chapter. By then, let me know, like, I'm so happy. If you see me grinning from here, whenever I go online, I see all the positive effects of what Meghan cooking show has done. I'm excited. By then, I'm gonna do another video where I'm gonna say about her cooking show, how the effects are, the positive reviews. I'm gonna cover all that. This is Meghan series we are talking about, and Nyeshika channel. Let's talk. Bye bye.